Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello, crypto friends. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, NEO, and OMG on the daily and shorter term timeframes. I'm going to be traveling this weekend, going to Canada, actually going to meet business partner Jason for the first time. Going to meet ChartGuys James as well, go to a casino, have a good old time, do the whole wedding thing. It's going to be a good time, but my videos are not going to be their usual time. I'll put them out when I can. I am traveling with my microphone, so I'll put them out when I can, and we'll see when that is. So looking at Bitcoin, we are consolidating further on the daily time frame. Again, it's no surprise at this point. We knew daily consolidation was coming. The ideal level to hold in terms of best case scenario for the bulls did not hold. So not a huge red flag whatsoever. That was the level at 10,159. Now we're pulling back. And really for me, anything a higher low in the 9,000 range. If you hold a higher low above 9,000, Bitcoin's still looking pretty good on the daily. And then again from there, what I anticipate to happen is a bit of an equilibrium pattern where we have our high of the bounce, our low of this pullback, a lower high, and then we'll look for this tightening range to break. That's what I anticipate to happen and going to add some clarity. So where we stand, what are we looking for a higher low? As the thumbnail says, scout a higher low. So how do we do that? Well, we're looking for a higher low on the daily time frame to be marked by a bullish reversal candlestick. How can you get an indication that a daily bullish reversal candlestick is forming? It's on the shorter term time frames. We need the 4-hour time frame to see a trend change. It's a lower high, lower low pattern on the 4-hour time frame ever since the top. Bullish reversal candlestick is forming on Bitcoin, or it did form on Bitcoin, but we're not confirming it and following through just yet. So in terms of the hourly time frame, the hourly chart has to turn the trend around for the 4-hour time frame to turn the trend around. So we need higher lows and higher highs on the hourly chart. Here's our low of the pullback and our high of the bounce at this point. And we're still in a bit of an equilibrium pattern. So we have our resistance and we have our low of 9,715. I've got a double top up here, 10,134, 10,142. And look at that, previous support. This was the level on the daily that would have been ideal to hold, now acting as resistance. So we'll see if the bulls can get over that and start forming higher lows and higher highs on the hourly, follow through with the bullish MACD cross, and then see 4-hour higher lows and higher highs. So it's one step at a time. Have to see it on the hourly, have to see it on the 4-hour, and then ideally, bulls want to see it on the daily with that bullish reversal candlestick forming. So we're in a tight range. This range is going to break tonight, most likely. If we see higher highs, that's a great sign for the bulls. And if we see a break to lower lows, that means we are not done consolidating, and that bullish reversal candlestick on the daily is not forming anytime soon. So the two most important levels for me on Bitcoin into tonight, 9,715 support and 10,143 resistance. And we're right in the middle of that range right now. And here's Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily, same thing. We're in an area with a lack of support built. Anything above 142 is just fine for the bulls. Ideally, they want to form that higher low. The sooner the better, but we have a lot of space to work with to maintain this uptrend without breaking it. So bulls just fine in that regard. Looking at the 4-hour, again, same thing. Correlation with Bitcoin certainly there for lower highs and lower lows. Inside bars on the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum and Litecoin, it's a bit of a different setup. And the hourly chart for Litecoin and Ethereum is a descending triangle pattern. And we'll look at that in just a moment. But it's not for Bitcoin because Bitcoin on the hourly dropped down to a lower low there. So that's the distinct difference. So that's giving us inside bars on the 4-hourly for Litecoin and Ethereum. And we're going to look for a break of these inside 4-hour bars into tonight to dictate overnight direction. So the hourly time frame here, here's our descending triangle pattern. We have our double bottom down at 188. That's a key level to hold. And we have a lower high pattern. So our high of the bounce was 201.84. Now we have a lower high at 198. And it's just a tightening pattern. Lower highs every time we bounce, and we're looking for a break in a bullish MACD cross. At this point, the bulls have to break 198.01. We're also dealing with the hourly exponential resistances, which we have to be keeping an eye on. But if we see Bitcoin break that little double top, then we'll look for Litecoin to break bullish here as well. I did enter a bullish position on Litecoin when this hourly inside bar broke, and that's because we had a very clear double bottom support level that I can utilize where I will exit if that level breaks. And it's just a half position at this point, so if we do get a bull break, I won't have to try and market buy a full position at that point. So my stop loss is going to be below this double bottom, and again, because it's with a half position, I can give a little bit more space, so that's a fine risk for me personally, and we'll see if we can break this lower high pattern into tonight. And the 4-hour inside bars will be key for the alert system, and that's the simple way to do it. If you were to go to bed and set the alert system or set your stop buy order or something like that on the 4-hour inside bars breaking, that's a way to do it in terms of not actively be sitting at the computer. Ethereum on the daily time frame has pulled back much more significantly than the other names because it's been consistently weaker over the last few days. So here's a higher low on the daily that must hold 780, and we're just above that level. If this level breaks, it is clearly a red flag for me. And that could also potentially be a red flag for the other two names, Bitcoin and Litecoin as well. And I have noticed a couple instances where Ethereum has made a signal first. Ethereum saw a bull break of the hourly inside bar first in the video that I did yesterday. Yesterday in that video, when I changed my game plan mid-video and I entered an Ethereum position after that video. Let's look at that trade real quick. So it was here on this bounce into last night, and it was this inside bar bull break. I entered that position and then sold up at 855 to lock in that profit, knowing that the hourly chart was a bit extended and we would need to form a higher low at least. So I wanted to avoid the potential pullback, and we ended up pulling back down to lower lows. So that bull break on the hourly time frame occurred first on Ethereum, and then it occurred on Bitcoin and Litecoin after it. And there's been a couple other instances where I have seen Ethereum as a lead, so it's something I'm keeping an eye out for. It's not really developed just yet, or clear, I should say, but it is what I'm watching for. So here on the daily, have to hold this higher low or it's a red flag. 4-hour time frame. The other point was the market dump occurred right when Ethereum broke this 4-hour head and shoulders pattern bearish. So that was another reason that I was looking at potentially Ethereum being a lead indicator for the other two. So here on the 4-hour time frame, it's actually not an inside bar on the 4-hour because we did get a higher high, and that was just due to the candlesticks rolling over. And that's a point that I want to make. When you're looking at inside bars, the likelihood of a false alert on an inside bar is much higher, I should say, if that break occurs right when the candlestick rolls over. So here's an example. Let's look at Ethereum on the 15-minute time frame, and the candlestick rolled over and changed right when we got that higher high. So let's look at that hourly chart again. And I'm looking at a candlestick that was a fake out earlier today, and that's right here. So we had an inside bar, it made a bull break, and then it dumped down to lower lows. But if you look at the 15-minute time frame when that happened at 6 o'clock, and that was right here, this was right at the top of the bull move. So this 15-minute time frame was clearly extended coming off the low. We need a higher low and a higher high to change any trend. So the inside bar candlestick closed on the hourly time frame right here, and then it just rolled over, and the same move continued to break that right after it formed. So not sure if that's making sense, but when the inside bar candlestick rolls over and then breaks right after it rolls over because it's the same continuation of that price movement, that is not the kind of signal that we're looking for. So looking in at the shorter term details can give you some information because not all inside bars are created equal. So hourly time frame for Ethereum, we have that low down here and the descending triangle pattern. We did drop to a lower low, but not by much at all. That's enough to be a double bottom, 791.42 and 790.01, less than a $2 difference. And again, just lower highs. So resistance is 820, and then the lower high is down here at 816.01. So we're looking at a tightening range that is likely to break into tonight. The bull MAC decross on the hourly already happened. The 4-hour time frame is oversold. Very clear lower high, lower low pattern. Have to start the shift tonight for the bulls by breaking this hourly patterns on all of these big three bullish. Otherwise, the bears can continue to keep complete control. NEO USD. This is on Binance. So NEO on the daily time frame is also entering consolidation mode. The ideal level to hold was 119.65. That has been lost. The must hold level is the first higher low of consolidation, and that level down here is at 94.22. So we do have space to get to that level. We are consolidating, potential for a bearish MAC decross. The 4-hour time frame, lower highs and lower lows since the consolidation began. that trend has to change. Look at how clear this trend change was, where we had a clear 4-hour higher low, higher high pattern. And as soon as this low broke, that changed momentum, and we no longer had higher lows and higher highs, and we started forming lower highs and lower lows. So hourly time frame tightening up, you could just see those inside bars. We'll look at that. 4-hour inside bars, multiple forming, hourly time frame, lower high pattern, and we have a higher low pattern. So this is more of a traditional equilibrium than those descending triangle patterns. But the bottom line is we are consolidating across the board, and OMG, or I should say NEO, has a pretty strong correlation to what the big three are doing right now. OMG on the daily chart also broke its ideal hold level, same as Bitcoin did. There's the must hold all the way down at 1084. We're well above that level. That's not a risk at this point. 4-hour time frame, inside bars, we don't have them. Bulls saw some more follow through. So again, just looking at these charts, this is the first time I looked at the OMG chart in a few days. And I can say, okay, there's a little bit of comparative weakness to Bitcoin. The correlation is there. It's the very similar chart to all 5 of these, but that's a distinct difference where, again, we're down at the low of the candlestick, but the bull break that we did see was stronger than any other name. And there's a little hourly higher low and higher high, and none of the other 4 that we looked at had a higher low and higher high on the 4-hour time or the hourly time frame at this point. So that's just a note that I'll make and say, okay, in comparison, what's the correlation like? And I can say that OMG has a bit more of a bullish correlation than any of the other names right now. So we'll see how it plays out tonight. Again, very clear levels on the hourly, very clear stop loss levels to utilize. And we will see if these bulls turn this around. And if they do, that will be the start to potentially forming our daily higher low. And you could make a swing entry even and just put your stop loss right below those levels if we get the bull break. So if we get the hourly bull break, that will shift the odds a decent amount into the favor of the daily higher low being established. We'll check back in. Well, let's see. Tomorrow I'm going to be flying all day, so maybe tomorrow night I'll see if I can get a video out. But with the time change and everything, it's probably going to be, midnight or something on the East Coast. We'll see. I'll do my best. Have a great day. Do good things. See you soon.